I'm going to start a new painting today. It's going to be called Nick's Room. And this is Nick, the son of a friend of mine. And so here's the drawing. There's a desk, chair, lamp, book on the desk, with a baseball glove and a baseball, a poster on the wall, some sort of sports car, maybe a Ferrari, and then Nick's wearing a t-shirt with a button that has some sort of saying, you know, some anti-establishment sentiment, you know. I don't know what the title of the book will be. Same thing, you know, something that relates to teenagers, you know. What are teenagers interested in? Three things. Girls, music, and sports. You know, that's the big three. So be something along those lines for the title. So that's the painting, Nick's Room. Let's get started. Well, here I had some problems with the figure. I wasn't happy with his face for some reason. It bothered me. I didn't like the expression, or I decided to redraw it. I could have redrawn it right on the original drawing, but sometimes it's easier to just paint over it, black the whole thing out, get rid of it, start over. Yeah, shadows, as I've fond of pointing out, are very important. In fact, they make the painting. Look at the great portrait painters from whatever era, and get a certain effect. Of course, Rembrandt, you know, is the first one you think of. You know, he was a master at that. Yeah, I'm still having a problem with the face. It seems like it's a little bit too long for out of proportion, you know, to the rest of the figure. So I'm gonna have to redraw that. I have to add the title to this book. I've already got the title for the book. I decided the book is going to be it's going to be called Guide to Teenage Sex by R. Polanski. I'll probably get a few comments about that one, but I like it. What can I tell you? And then the button which says, "Speakest thou in vain? I'm a teenager." Okay, it's back to the Nick's Room painting. The first thing, I'll have to put some flesh tones in the face. Also, between videos, what I did was type up the title to this book, Guide to Teenage Sex by R. Polanski, and glued it to the book cover with some super glue. And I did the same thing for the button, "Speakest thou in vain? I'm a teenager." What I have to do is just take some paint with a very small brush and paint in around the letters and try to get inside some of the letters, which is always a lot of laughs. So here's my little setup for doing detail work. I've got the yardstick in place with at either end with some cardboard that's attached to the frame. So there are always these odds and ends that you have to deal with at the end of the painting. And as someone has said, I forget who, on the subject of details, genius is in the details. Well, that's it. Nick's Room. I've done my best. What can I tell you? You know, it's not perfect, but what is perfect? You know, the search for perfection is, let's put it this way, it's an endless search and ultimately unsatisfying. I'll put it that way. But I like it. I'm happy with it. So now there's just one thing left to do, my favorite part, to sign my name. When I do that, that means I'm happy with the painting and it's ready for the museum. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's the painting, Nick's Room, the time-lapse version. If you want to see the entire video, all 2 hours and 42 minutes, I believe, to view the process a little more, in a little more detail, get the benefit of my sparkling commentary, tips of the trade, and various techniques, you know, that I talk about, and throw in a little art history here and there, you know. So, you know, you might want to check that out. But otherwise, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Tell your friends if you haven't. Leave a comment if you haven't. And I'll see you next time.